Les saluda Guillermo Sepúlveda, Guimo. Estoy aquí con el doctor Dina, quien es una persona que lleva muchos años estudiando la higiene natural y la dieta de frutas y vegetales. Now, how long have you been on the fruit path?
Muchas gracias for the very nice introduction there. I have been eating a fruit and vegetable-based diet for 25 years. So it started when I was 19 years old. I'm 45 now, and I feel much better now than I did when I was a teenager. Yeah, you get all the protein you need, you get lots of nutrients, you have lots of energy. These foods are fantastic.
Can you tell us about your main goal, your mission in life?
Well, my mission in life, I feel so good eating this way, I want to tell other people about it. So my wife eats similar to the way I do. She's been eating this way for 22 years. And so what we do now is we teach a series of classes called The Science of Raw Food Nutrition. And at this point we have a whole 100-hour curriculum where we teach people about raw food nutrition so they can understand it and not be afraid of fruit and understand that they can get enough protein and vitamin D and iron and calcium and all those other things and how it all works together and how to do it in a balanced way that's sustainable over the long term. So that is really my goal and my mission, and I really feel honored to have the opportunity to work with my wife to do that professionally. And here at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, there's all sorts of other people doing the same thing. It's a very inspiring place to be.
Increasing vibration.
Yeah, there's a lot of high vibrations here. People excited, people who feel good, people who have recovered from serious diseases and have a new lease on life. A lot of high vibrations here.
Can you describe, please, what you do usually for your breakfast, your main meals, and your workout, etc., like an average day?
Sure. A typical day, I eat mostly fruit throughout the day, maybe some melon in the morning. Frequently for lunch, I'll usually make what they call a fruit and green smoothie. So I'll put maybe some fresh oranges and some fresh ripe bananas, ripe with the spots on them, and usually add some green leaves, like some kale or some collards or something like that. But my wife and I grow our greens in our backyard. So we go out to the backyard, add some green leaves, and usually some frozen fruit, like some frozen mangoes, and we blend that all up. It makes a big blender full of green and fruit juice. So that's typically lunch. And then dinner, I make an ensalada muy grande, a gigantic salad, and it's got a whole head of lettuce, a couple of tomatoes, a whole head of cauliflower, a few zucchini squashes ground up, and then I'll make a dressing out of tomatoes or maybe some nuts and seeds to pour on that, and it's a huge bowl. It takes like a half an hour to eat. And maybe if I'm hungry later in the evening, I'll eat a little bit more fruit. So that's a typical day, sometimes a few nuts and seeds, sometimes a few avocados here and there. And that's what I've been doing for the last 25 years, and I'm still alive.
And running half marathons.
Well, in the past, I'll have to admit things here. In the past, I have run half marathons, and I've been very muscular. I haven't been exercising quite as much lately because I've been busy teaching classes, but I'm starting to exercise more again, and I feel really good. I ran a few miles, a few kilometers with some of the people up at the top of the hill this morning, and feel really good right now. So exercise is a huge part of the program too.
Your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit would probably be something called a black sapote.
Oh yeah, I love it. The chocolate sapote, we say.
Yes, they're incredible. And advice I could give people, like anything else, switching to a whole new diet is challenging. So we recommend people go gradually. And if you do it gradually, you don't feel deprived. Because if you change your diet too much and you don't enjoy it and you miss the things that you ate before, you feel deprived. And that's not what this is all about. It's about enjoying the abundance of how good you feel and how much you enjoy eating fruits and vegetables, but it takes some time to develop that. So go gradually, and if one approach doesn't work for you, know that within raw food nutrition, there's many different approaches. So sometimes people say, oh, I'm eating too much fruit, I don't feel so good. Then there's another raw food camp that says, oh, fruit's bad, and they eat too many nuts and seeds and they don't feel good. And then they say, oh, raw food didn't work. There's a whole middle ground there and many other considerations for people to find what works for them individually. So I would encourage people to stay on the path, keep learning, keep educating yourself, and keep finding out what works for you, and don't give up. And it's not all or nothing. The more you do, the more benefit you get. And if I might say a plug for myself, if anyone wants some more information, they can go to the website for mi esposa and myself. Get my little bit of Spanish.
Yeah.
It's rawfoodeducation.com. So you can see there about my consulting services where I help guide people, read their lab work, tell them what's going on, and also for the science of raw food nutrition classes that we teach. So if that can be a good resource for your viewers, that's great. I'm happy to help.
Well, thank you then. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Okay.
Dr. Dina.
Muchas gracias.
Bendiciones de frutas. Fruity blessings.
Sí, sí.
Se despide Guillermo Sepúlveda con esta bonita vista al lago.